Evening, everybody, and welcome to Grumpy Old Reds, where it's time for Ange. It's time for Ange. I am so excited and crapping myself to know what the team is tomorrow. Is he gonna go Angeball? Is he gonna go Europa Ball? It's crazy times, crazy times. Hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you grab your replica shirts for 15 quid from OK Jerseys. FFTV gets you 8% off. Scan the QR code or click on the link. And we have a lot to talk about. We got injuries already. Hamstrings have gone. What are you doing?
I'm not sure that worked because it didn't come up on my YouTube.
That looked good. I thought that looked good.
It looked good to work. I'm not sure if anybody else saw it because it didn't come up on my YouTube.
Did an intro screen come on for you guys in the chat?
No one's mentioned it, but
yeah, so I would have expected.
It doesn't matter. It just cuts out the bit that they don't see. So then they do see the bit that they do see.
That's a bit behind the ad break. That's what I mean. It don't start for 30 seconds.
It didn't. All right, cool. Okay, but that's fine. But you heard the intro. No, a lot of no's.
Oh, no one saw it. It was quite a good intro. I was quite impressed. I was sitting here clapping away.
Clapping away? It wasn't that good.
Nick knocked one up 5 minutes just to test it out. Oh God, Adam saying 10 up front.
I
don't want to get boring football. I hear it, man. I'm excited for. I've even lost my voice. I'm that excited. Shout out to Brinley with the 3 years. Brinley, you got the new badge, bro. You got the new badge. Flexing that in the chat. Shout out to you. Boys, how you all doing?
Yeah, really good. Good.
Yeah.
Recovering by myself.
It depends on what you're asking us. We're, okay in our lives, or if we're okay about the state of Nottingham Forest Football Club.
I don't really care about your life, to be honest. Dan. I just need you for an hour.
Okay, I won't give you an update. Yeah.
In that case, absolutely shit, mate.
Still crippled, by the way. That's the update.
I think, you know what? It's been a fascinating week because I've tried to get both extremes of the Spurs fan base on, tried to analyze Angeball as well. I think the general mood I got from the comments and stuff was when I broke down the Angeball video. I don't know if you boys saw it. There was a bit of excitement in terms of, wow, look at this kind of philosophy and what have you. I think Sava put a lot of people off, was it last night, with his thoughts on Ange. Luke maybe brought people back on, but it's the unknown. And does that kind of help us or hinder us? I mean, Ben, what are you thinking about tomorrow? Where do we end up at 3 p.m?
Me? Did you say me? I think do you know what? Genuinely, I haven't been this excited about a Forest match in a while. Ange's personality is the type of, I know Ant's facepalming already, but Ange's personality just it wins me over. And I think you hear him in the interview and you hear him in the videos that Forest put out. The one today, for example, he's basically here to win. And he says he doesn't care what people think. He's here to win. And Ant can facepalm all he wants. But I tell you what, if he gives us a major trophy, I'll be getting these clips back and showing you what you were like at the start of the season. But I'm excited. I'm excited because I want attacking football.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 seasons. And I loved Nuno. I thought Nuno was a great manager. Don't get me wrong. I thought Nuno was a brilliant manager, but it was still that kind of lowish mid-block defensive type football. And Marinakis has clearly invested in attacking players this window. And I just think it's going to be so much more exciting. At the end of the day,
tomorrow,
I'm expecting tomorrow, manager bounce. We're going to win tomorrow, manager bounce. Look, at the end of the day, football is an entertainment sport. And I know some people don't agree with that and they say, we just want to win whatever the course. Sai, for example, is often saying, I don't care, let's just win 1-0. Football for me is entertainment. If we win a game, maybe not against Arsenal, but if we win a game, 5-4, for example, that for me is a good 90 minutes of viewing. So I'm excited.
You said the word win in that, by the way.
We're going to win. I've never predicted Forest to lose. Sometimes I'm wrong, but look, I think we're going to do well tomorrow. I'm really excited by it. I think he's got the players. The one thing that Spurs didn't have when Ange was at Spurs is they didn't have our defensive line. And I'm sure we're going to come on to talk about Aina, so I won't talk about it now. But our defensive line is solid. And I think with that defensive line and that solid back four, a bit of attacking football won't go amiss, because I think they're good enough to hold that line. So let's see what happens tomorrow. I could be completely wrong. We might get slapped 9-0. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm genuine. All week I've been really excited for this match.
I was thinking that as well, Mark. I don't know this guy. But I just think, look, I got to take issue with you, and I just think you're already defeatist before a ball's been kicked. You're a fellow admirer of entertaining football. So, like, would you not rather watch Angeball than, say, Cooper Ball?
Well, it depends on the results, doesn't it? I'm not a bloody idiot. It's no good playing entertaining football and losing 5-0, is it?
There's no good playing low block football and
entertaining football. I want entertaining football for me, not for all the other football fans in the world. I don't care about them. And entertainment for them might be Forest losing 5-0 every week. That's not entertainment for me. I've never seen so much revisionism in a fan base in my life. When this guy was at Spurs last night, every single Forest fan was quite rightly laughing his head off at the state of Spurs. They were a disgrace. I'll repeat it again. I make no apologies. 22 losses in 38 games, right? That's disgusting. And the fact that he won a very, very below par cup, it's not going to cut it for me.
Oh, come on.
Are you saying that if in that game against Man U, where Man U were by far the better side, but they just couldn't finish, if they'd have popped one in and Spurs had lost 1-0, would you still be this enthusiastic about this so-called manager? The guy's atrocious. He has no tactical nous whatsoever. And he's proven it. I'm not just bringing figures out the air. He has proven it. Right?
But
another thing, he's a winner. Serial winner.
This crap about, hang on, Crypto. I keep hearing about this crap about, like you've just said, I love his interviews. Like, what? He's saying exactly the same as every other manager says. I've come here to win. Right? The only thing he says is, yeah, I'll play shit and we might be lucky. You know, I'll play my shit football and we might be lucky and win something. But I would prefer somebody in an interview to actually occasionally make eye contact. The guy's looking down all the time. He doesn't even believe it himself. He's looking down, like, yeah, I've come here to win, and I always win, and I'm great, and I'm great, and everything's going to be great. And
wait,
I've never met
and that's a cultural thing. That's a cultural thing.
It's not a cultural thing. It's a fucking liar thing. You look at any body language, and not making eye contact is the first thing they say.
Wrong, man.
Don't make eye contact.
Absolute rubbish.
Do you watch the body language panel, and do you watch the body language panel? Excellent YouTube channel. So if you look down and to the left, that is dishonesty. But if you look down and to the right, you are accessing deep internal and emotional memory.
Australia, mate. It's the other way around.
Yeah, no, but so I checked this again. If somebody looks down and to the right, it means that they're thinking that was very hard about their answer and they're reaching within their soul.
Yeah, but Rob, when someone's filming you with a camera, flip
one at a time.
When managers join a new club, they generally say the right thing. Can you imagine what Cooper's saying at Bromby right now about they're the best team and their histories are amazing and I love this club and I was born here. You know what I mean? Huh?
He understands the city as well.
Yeah, and he understands the city.
In the heart of Bromby.
So I don't care what managers say when they first come in. I care about what happens on the football pitch. And I've seen evidence of what happens on the football pitch under Ange Postecoglou. I'm not a revisionist like you. I'm not, because he's a Forest man. I'm not going to turn around and all of a sudden say, oh, I'm dead excited about how fantastic his football is going to be. Just watch Spurs last season. They were shit.
Okay, Anna.
They won the Europa League. They won the Europa League.
Forget the Europa League. Wait. No, because you're going to get him all angry and triggered, right? And let me have a serious conversation with you. Okay. When Nuno joined Forest, did you look back at the archives and think he did a crap job at Spurs?
He was only at Spurs for 2 months.
Okay, and then did you think to yourself, he's come from a farmers' league in Saudi?
Can you actually remember what I said when Nuno joined?
You said
I
so
said
much.
To you,
How many hours
I said to you, don't be expecting good football. You're all moaning about Cooper. Don't be expecting good football. This guy's a negative manager. He'll get us results, but
were you excited that Nuno became manager? Is my point.
Pardon?
Were you excited that Nuno
No.
became manager?
No, I didn't want him.
Okay. At about January time, were you excited Nuno was manager last year?
This year, you mean?
Sorry, yeah, this year.
Yeah. Where were we in the league?
We just won 7 in a row. We were 3rd.
Yeah, I was probably extremely excited about Nuno being our manager at the time.
So my
why
point
would
is
I not be? Listen, if Ange wins his first 25 games, I'll be very excited about Ange Postecoglou.
So here's my point that I'm getting to. Everything you have said is factually correct. No one's disputing that he didn't lose 22 games last season and everything. But my point to you is, do you not think at the very least you deserve to give him a chance to disprove or prove to you what he should be?
Listen, I'm 100% behind the guy. I know it doesn't sound that way.
No,
I
it doesn't. That's one thing.
I
It
100%
doesn't sound that way,
want him to win.
It don't sound that way at all.
I'm a Forest fan. I'm not a Postecoglou fan or a Nuno fan. I'm a Forest fan. I want us to win. And if Nuno proves me wrong, I will be so happy. And I will come on it. And you know, because I made a mistake about Nketiah. All right. And you know, I faced up to it and said I was a bloody idiot. I misjudged it. And
you never said I was right.
We all hope he's going to do. I will be exactly the same. But right now, when a manager comes in, there's 2 ways to look at it. You either don't like him, he's got to prove you wrong, or you do like him and you'll support him until he proves you wrong. All right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay.
I'm with Ange. He's got to prove it to me. This is what I'm saying.
But he said that, Ant. He said that. Like, you gotta listen to what he said. One thing you can't deny with him, he's an honest speaker.
Mate, words. No, I'm sorry. Words don't mean a thing. Honestly, I don't.
What about your words? What about your words?
Well, my words are different, isn't it?
I don't know, isn't it? I don't know, isn't it?
Well, of course
isn't
it is.
I don't know, isn't it?
Stop being so silly. So I don't care what he says.
Isn't it?
I don't care what he says. It's like Morgan Gibbs White. That interview after with Mr. Marinakis. Did you believe him? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see what he does on the pitch. Then you make your decision. Is he a snake? Is he not? Let's see what he does on the pitch. It's all about football. It's all about my club and
that's
football.
My point.
Yeah, so of course I'm willing to give Ange a chance. Of course I am. I goes without
saying. It's not coming across. You weren't like this when Nuno signed.
Because I fear for our club. I fear that Mr. Marinakis has looked at. You know how much I love. I mean, fucking hell, you know how much I love the guy, right? But I
that
feel
T-shirt
that
is available in our merch store.
He has to be looking purely at UEFA Cup. He has to be. He can't be looking at league, can? Because he can't be looking at league, can he? Because the guy finished 17th.
Where did he finish the season before?
Yeah, 5th.
That doesn't matter. That's
what do you mean history. It doesn't matter, man?
It does. Because in football terms, it's ancient. Why don't you want Jose Mourinho here? Look at what he's done.
I'm not digging back 15 years ago, bro. This is like
you decide the arbitrary line at which we should judge somebody then.
But you're doing the same. You're saying one season. Yeah, but you're doing the same thing and you're saying one season.
I'm saying his most recent work.
Okay, and I'm saying I'm looking at a bigger sample size.
Well, the sample size is it's no good finishing 5th and finishing 17th the following year. That is no good. Finishing 17th and then finishing 5th the following year is good. Not the other way around.
Would you take 17th? Would you take 17th right now in the Europa League if I offered it to you?
Personally, I would.
You just said at the start that it's a useless cup.
No, but listen, but what if you get to that final and the result goes the other way? Then you're still 17th. You've won fuck all.
It's all hypothetical.
It's a silly question because you can't say if you win that, you've got to win it. Let's see us win it, and then
it's a hypothetical question.
Let me put it this way: then, if Forest win the UEFA Cup and finish 17th with 25 defeats, with a laughing stock of the whole country, would you want Ange to say? Would you want him to stay? Now, bear in mind, there are receipts about what he said about Ange at Spurs. So, would you want him to stay?
Yeah, but he was not then. He was not.
You'd want a manager to stay that finished 17th, lost 25 games.
If he won the Europa
League. Because he won about 10 games in the Europa League against
because winning the Europa League would be, in my lifetime, the first time I see Forest winning a major European title. I know for you it's different. Okay, but for me, in my generation, it would be different, right? I've seen us win the championship. I've seen us win playoffs. I didn't even see 1990. I missed that one. Okay, so like That would be huge for me. Here's what I would say. If he finished 17th and won the Europa League, I think he's entitled to 10 games the next season, but scrutinized 10 games.
I hesitate to say this because I love you dearly, my brother, but I think you believe it right now. But I think if that happened, you wouldn't be happy. If we lost, you've got to sit through 25 bloody live streams of us playing shit and getting hammered. No.
Yeah, but okay, let me put it a different way, because you're talking in the kind of what's the word when you see it afterwards? Hindsight. In the reality, if he goes and loses the first 10 games, he can piss off. So that hypothetical doesn't play out, in my opinion. Forest aren't Spurs. Forest won't. Marinakis doesn't let things get to that level. That's the difference. Yeah. But to play out that hypothetical, that's what I would do.
All I'm doing is giving you my opinion of what I think about Ange Postecoglou as a football manager for our club. Doesn't mean I hate the guy. Doesn't mean I want him. Certainly doesn't mean I want him to fail. I want him to be more successful than Brian Clough, right? But so what we'll say is, you know my position. I think we all know my position. But from now on in, I'm go Ange go, right? Not well, say that which way you like, but you know what I'm saying.
Out the door, Ange go.
Of course I'm going to back him. Yeah, of course I'm going to back him. He's our manager. Of course I am. And I want tomorrow, if he could pull off a win, I'll be.
I'm not against what you're saying, Ant, because if Ten Hag walked through that door, I would go down there and drag him out. If Southgate walked through that door, I'd do the same thing. Yeah. So I understand your position, but I just feel like you could end up cul-de-sacking yourself a bit. That's
not at all, because I'm big enough to say, yeah, I was wrong there. It's fantastic. What was I thinking? You're absolutely right. I've got no problem doing that. None at all.
Like you didn't.
I'm just worried about what I've seen at Tottenham. I'm worried it's going to be reproduced at Forest. And
yeah, I'm not discrediting your point.
In the cup, that's fine, but that is, there's no guarantee, is there? There's no guarantee.
Yeah, but you told us 2 weeks ago after the draw that you're not worried about any team in there because they all look crap.
I'm not worried about any team in there. I think we're the best team in there.
So it is guaranteed in your paradigm.
Well, no, because Liverpool are the best. You could say, like, just take Liverpool as an example. Liverpool are the best team in the FA Cup. Did they win it? No.
Yeah, okay, but you would agree Forest are probably at least in the top 2 or 3 of favourites to win it, with or without.
I would hope so. Yeah, certainly.
Okay,
certainly. Cool. Well, our squad is. I don't know about the manager.
All right. Well, guys and girls, this stream has started as expected with arguments. So hope you're enjoying yourselves, or you've switched off.
We're not arguing. Are we?
I think I don't know. That was more of a debate. I'd rather we did those kind of debates than called each other C-nuts every 5 minutes.
Yeah, we had an exchange of ideas, and we've come to the conclusion that
you're wrong. You're
wrong in a different way, but we both have the best interests of our club at heart. I think that's
I disagree. The funniest thing about that was looking at Rob, who was just sat there going.
Well, Rob wants to have his say on the subject, no doubt.
Well, let's bring Rob and Ez into it. Do you boys get Ange's?
Yeah, hi Ez. How are you?
Okay, now a 20-minute rant. That was a 25-minute rant, Ant. Fucking hell. But carry on.
But don't worry, Ez. He's going to sit politely and silently now, not interrupt you when you go.
Sure,
so it's all fair in love and war.
So,
okay, you're going to go.
Are there any?
All right, I don't care who goes.
Before I get going, anything else?
No, I was handing it over to you, RS, so you guys decide.
All right, after so since our last podcast. I am cautiously optimistic. I thought the press conference was a masterpiece, actually. I think he's an excellent communicator. Now, obviously, if things go badly, he's a joy to watch for the opposition, because I enjoyed watching him last year. He was basically intimidating the interviewers if he didn't like the question. So we've seen what he's like on a bad day, but on a good day, he is incredibly charming. And also, I think he showed some humility as well. He was talking about when he was out on his birthday party in Melbourne, and he was in bed by 10 p.m. Then someone rang up and said, Forest are interested in you, and he jumped on a plane. You know, that's nice to hear. And then he made a joke like, I've had the last 6 weeks with my family, which is enough to persuade me into any manager job, which I thought was quite a funny joke. So
he won you over, didn't he, Rob? He won you over with that presser.
Yeah. And well, just the thing about
With the dad
somebody said, "Oh, Ange, are you going to win a trophy in your second season?" He's like, "If I don't win one now, I won't get a second season." I thought, you know, so he is well aware of the situation, and he is well aware of the skepticism of people like my colleague on my left. Now, even though he says he's got nothing to prove, clearly he has a point to prove, because otherwise, why would he have taken this job? You know, I mean, he's got more money than any of us will ever dream of. He could have just taken retirement and done the school run, as he says. So I think that he's a good fit for us from this point of view, because he's also the kind of like, no one likes us, we don't care manager, which is, you know, I think the media have got it in for us and our owner. So he'll fit right in here. In fact, what annoyed me about the previous dynamic is that the media seemed to be simping after Nuno, saying like, why is he putting up with that awful club and that terrible manager, and they're so ungrateful, you know. So I think he's aligned with it. Now, in terms of the training session, you know, he's had a couple of training sessions and they showed us some footage. I thought the body language was very good, slapping all the players on the backs, hugging them, encouraging them. So I think he likes his squad, and he's keen to be friends with them all. Now, in terms of what's going to happen tomorrow, you know, we'll probably lose 2-0 or something like that. But
after all that big up, you've just gone and said lose.
No, because it's what a horrible first fixture, but in a way, what a good first fixture, because it is. This is going to annoy people. It's a free hit, isn't it? Nobody's expecting him to walk in and work miracles. So in terms of tomorrow, I think we'll probably see more caution than people are expecting. We'll probably see Douglas Luiz. And, you know, I think I'm optimistic now, because I think we were all excited about the transfer window, and then it became obvious that we weren't going to see any of the new signings. And that was really frustrating for all of us. But now we will see them. And what's going to happen is, at the end of the game, they'll interview him and say, what do you think of that, Ange? And he will say, we're still a work in progress, right? I'll tell you now, that's exactly what he'll say. And for once, it will be true. So I'm prepared to give him that, you know. So I'm more interested in what we do at home against Sunderland and Burnley. We need to be winning both of those games. I'll just say one final thing about these attractive football managers. Does anyone else remember the days of Stéphane Montagnier when he took over? Right? So he said,
Philippe Montagnier.
Philippe Montagnier, that was it. Yeah, I've got his name wrong. He was so bad. So
beautiful accent.
That's right. I just confirming it was the right man.
We won our first game 4-3 against Burton Albion at home, right? And everybody said, "Oh, isn't that exciting? A 7-goal thriller. We came out on top." And I'm thinking, we've just let Burton Albion score 3 goals at the City Ground, you know. So then we lost our next couple of games. But then I think we had something like a 3-1 and a 3-2 after that. And it's, isn't it exciting? You know, the 5-goal thriller, a 4-goal thriller. Very soon, these games turned into 2-2s. So we weren't winning anymore. We were still shipping goals. And then before long, we're losing 2-0 and he gets sacked. Yeah. So I think I will respect Ange if Forest keep a clean sheet in some of these games. I want that. I think that's been what the progress has been built on, keeping a clean sheet. So be careful what you wish for, is all I would say. I don't want it to be another Philippe Montagnier. Sorry, I called him Stéphane Montagnier. You remember the guy, though. You remember that everyone was getting excited about, it's so attractive. No, I do not want Sunderland or Burnley to score a goal at the City Ground. That should be illegal. Neither of those teams should be doing that. And that's my expectation. Anything over and above that, I'll be delighted if we win those games.
All right. Hi.
Yeah. In terms of a press conference, I think he said what we'd expect him to say. He does speak well. He knows how to play the crowd, and when he's in the right mood, then he is really entertaining to listen to. So he said all the right things, nothing more than I'd expect him to say. It was interesting. I think you touched on it, that maybe the relationship with Marinakis isn't as tight as we think, but also the way he said it, I think was almost kind of like a dig at Nuno as well, saying, oh yeah, I don't need that tight relationship or whatever it is. I think their relationship is quite tight. Maybe physically they've only met a couple of times, but I'm sure they've communicated over phone and various other methods more consistently. So I'm sure they have got quite a good relationship, because it's, if you look back and analyze some of our activity over transfer window, the types of players we've brought in, the type of mentality we were looking for this season, a more possession-based game, more higher play, it all feeds into an Ange type squad, you know. So maybe behind the scenes there were talks going on. Maybe that is something that put Nuno's nose out of joint. But whatever the case is, he's here now. Tomorrow is going to be far too soon to win, lose or draw. It's far too soon to make any judgment on it. But like Rob mentioned, it'll be good to see some of the new signings that we've been begging to see. And I do believe Luis will probably get his debut tomorrow, and I think he should. And it'll be interesting to see how he lines up, because I've got a few ideas of what he can do. Obviously, we've got an issue with Aina now being out of the Premier League squad, so he's not going to be even available till the new year. So we've got to have not just short-term solutions, but longer-term solutions as well in that right back position or those full back positions. So going into a game tomorrow, mate, I'm excited, because it's not a free hit. It's a clean slate. You know, it's a clean slate for the players. It's a new start for the manager, and the fans get to see what he's all about. So not too many expectations on tomorrow. As long as we play well and we get to see some of our new players, I'm happy with that. It's more about the performance and how we come out tomorrow rather than the result for me. But I'm excited. Of course, I'm excited. I think there's a lot. But if he gets it right and he learns from his mistakes, and that's all you got to hope for, that there's a lot of positivity and optimism for the Forest fans going forward. And like Wolfie said, Mr. Marinakis ain't going to put up with no shit. He loses 10 games, he's gone. He ain't going to hang around to see what the difference is going to be. So I think that's, in one sense, where he's got the bullet is at his back. The gun is already pointing at him. You know, he knows he needs to perform, he needs to get results, and he needs to get us playing well. It has to be some symbiosis of that. It can't just be playing well and losing games. It's not going to happen that way. So excited. Let's see what happens tomorrow, but I'm not going to put too much impetus on tomorrow's result, just a performance more than anything.
I mean, clearly his press has had a massive impact on you, because you probably didn't notice, but he said "mate" a few times after the things you said.
I say it all the time.
Getting into the spirit of it. Getting into the spirit of it. Big up to everyone in the chat. Just going to catch up with some of the supers. Got Martin, 2 months off the new badge, Martin. Shout out to you, my boy. Hope you're well, Martin. Frederick with the 65, he says, was hesitant about Ange at first, but starting to get hopeful. Thinks he will make the most of the squad. At least we'll get to see the players, like Ez said, man. That's like important. Yeah, can we start calling you Eze? In that we're facing Eze tomorrow.
If you want to. Yeah, go for it.
I call him Eze.
Whatever.
Whatever. Kyle becoming a new member. Shout out to you, absolute legend. Much love to you. Brian with the Surbinator and the 31 months. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. We got a Gooner in the house. We're going to talk about Arsenal in just a minute as well. Shout out to you. You guys, don't worry. You guys won't have any problems winning tomorrow, because we are stuck with this incompetent, narcissist excuse of a manager. Gooner SE, right? I went on an Arsenal channel last night. It was one I haven't done before. That was very pro Arteta. I didn't realize what a cult following there is. I thought there was like balance. Now, I'm not talking about the guys that did the pod with. I'm talking about the Arteta inners, because it's been interesting on Twitter. I feel sorry for some of the Arsenal fans. It's absolutely.
Somebody made a good point, and I think it might have been you, but I find that hard to believe. But somewhere along the line, I've heard that it's a generational thing, that the younger Arsenal fans, it was you, was it? Well done, mate. That's a good point. The younger Arsenal fans obviously are Arteta in, because they've never seen anything else, And from their perspective, their progression has been fantastic, which I agree with. It has been fantastic. But obviously, the older ones have seen what Arsenal can be or what they used to be. So Arteta's just not doing it for them. So I think you're right. I think it is a
yeah, I definitely think that. I think I've spoke about it with Turkish as well, and he seems to agree. Shout out to you, Gunnar Essie. And welcome, Stephen. Thank you for being so inclusive, bro. The whole fan base will be inclusive. There's been loads of Aussies starting to take an interest in Forest. You are always welcome here, and you'll find yourselves hooked to this club, be it for pain or love or both. So you're more than welcome here. Shout out to the Aussie contingency that are joining us.
Yeah, just a quick point on that. If you are new, don't be shy. Honestly, just say hello in the chat. Don't be a lurker, and you'll find that everybody will welcome you.
Well, let's ask. Where the Aussies at in the chat? Say g'day. Give us a g'day,
Yeah,
mate.
mate. How's it going?
Yeah, chuck us a g'day in the chat for the Aussies. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. We're on 155 likes, over 500 of you in here. Let's get those likes up to 200. Make sure you're in the Discord. The Discord's pinned in the chat. They're always chatting in there. It's non-stop. I don't know when they sleep. All right, boys. Do we want to cover off Arsenal or do we want to get your team lineups? What way do you want to go here? I don't think we usually cover the.
I want to say whatever chant we have for Ange, there's got to be a Barbie and Derby rhyme in there somewhere. Chuck another shrimp on the Derby, or on the Derby.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah. It's got to be, Anna.
There's got to be another shrimp on that Derby, mate. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like.
I've got one. I just thought of one. Right.
Crypto.
Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou. He hates the Leicester. He hates the Derby. Shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, there's work to be done on it. I think there's a bit of work to be done on it.
A lot of work to be done on that.
It was stupid. I like it. I like stupid ones. So that works.
I guarantee you that'll be sang at the Emirates.
That's a good one. The chat will come up with them. Let's throw another sheep on the Barbie, mate.
I like that.
Lamb chops on the Barbie, mate. Yeah.
3-star. Well done. Well done. So what do you want? Put a T for teams or A for Arsenal talk? Right, I'll give you a few seconds to do that. On the poll, 54% of you are excited and saying that Ant is chatting crap as always. 30% of you are nervous. 11% of you are petrified, and 6% of you are scared. Some are probably all of the above, I guess. I should have put an all of the above option there, but big up to you guys voting. What we seeing here?
T's definitely winning. There's only been 2 A's.
Teams. All right, let's get the team sheets. Right, we are not doing what we did last time. You guys are going to do this individually.
Thank you.
I'm going to start with Ez on this one, right? So let me just hold on. Just say something pretty, Ez. Mine's
going to be the most controversial anyway, I reckon.
Oh, God. Oh, you're not going to put Taiwo up front, are you?
No. It's who I'm going to put out right back.
Right back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, hold on. All right. Oh shit. Go on. What do you want? So, what formation do you want?
My 4-2-3-1. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just make my screen a bit bigger, mate, because my eyes ain't great either. So, right. So obviously, Aina's not available. So my one, in fact, that's going to be my last one. I'm going to put on. So leave that blank for now. Okay. The Sangare replaced by Douglas Luiz, I'm afraid, for me.
Okay.
MG Dub there, yeah, that's fine. Ndoye is going to be replaced. Right, okay. I know what I want to do. Now I'm going to leave Ndoye, Hudson, and okay, the only other change up front I'm making is I'm going to bring our boy, yeah, where is he? Yeah, Kalimo Ndoye.
Yeah, what's that bonus name he's got? Kalimo. Oh, Mark Dennis, you didn't know about that bit, did you, Mark Dennis?
Yeah, how'd you pronounce that, Mark? How'd you pronounce that,
Mark?
You prick?
Go, Mark. Mark's in the chat. What are you saying now, Mark? Freaking Mr. I know Kalimo Ndoye. It's Kalimo Ndoye.
Okay, and so my controversial one, or my bit of a left field one, I know it's going to be replaced for me. I'm going to replace Aina with Delane Bakwa. I'm playing backpack right back.
And do you think that's controversial?
Yeah,
I'd agree with
I don't know if any of the other guys are going to go for that.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Oh, thank
Wait,
you.
so that's your team?
That's my team.
All right.
Although, yeah, that's my team. Yeah, I'll leave them. Yeah, I'll leave one.
There's definite issues with that team.
I'll explain it later, but that's my team. We can talk about tactics later, but that's the team I'm going with.
Okay.
Crypto, do you
Rob,
think you're going with the same?
So I would do something very similar. I'd swap Anderson with Louise. So I put Anderson in the 6 and Louise in the effective 8. They could be a bit of a double pivot.
you're doing a
So
bit of that.
swap them 2 around.
You don't have to swap them around. You can just
Yeah,
drop one of them deeper.
Yeah, whatever. So Anderson goes a bit deeper. And the only other change I'd make to that is, to be honest, I'd probably put Ndoye on the left and Hudson-Odoi on the right, and I'd take MGW out and put McAtee in the 10.
You got McAtee.
Yeah, McAtee in the 10. That would be my team for tomorrow.
And you leave backward right back.
I'd leave backward right back. Yeah, I mean, you could bring in that Savano guy, but I have no idea about him. I've never seen him play. I haven't heard the best of things about him. I want to see full attack tomorrow. I don't care if we lose 9-0, man. I just want to see some attacking football. This is proper Angeball. This is, so I'm going this.
I'd rather play Zach Abbott than play Savannah, to be honest.
Yeah.
You've got to be looking at longer term. Like I say, it's got to be, this is not just a short-term fix. This has got to be a medium to long-term fix, at least till January. So it's going to have to be given. I think Zach Abbott deserves a chance. I don't think he did badly against.
Savannah absolutely locked up Leao last season. He's really good against techie wingers. Really good against techie wingers.
I really want to see backward.
Wait, hold on. AFC that you're laughing as backward at right back.
He's played a right back.
You know he did it a lot.
Wing back.
As a right wing back.
As a wing back, yes, he did, yeah. As a wing back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you really think a right back in an Ange formation is not a wing back?
Yeah, because Anderson can sit back and cover in the 6.
Exactly.
So when backward goes up the pitch, Milenkovic and Murillo can spread out a bit, and Anderson can fall into the middle like Yates.
Not for Ange, bro. That's my. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so normally when you see Yates play, for example, he often plays as a CDM and he falls back into the defense if one of the wingers is going, if one of the wing backs is going up the pitch. I'd do that, but with Anderson instead.
It's a very simple change.
Joey loves him.
In terms of Angeball, a real simple change he can make for us not to be caught out flat-footed at the back is you don't invert both your fullbacks. Because what happens with Angeball, if it's played, when they get to the final third, there's the overload. So you've got 5 attacking players in your final third. Sometimes they're getting each other's way. All you need to do is hold back one of those fullbacks. Not both of them don't need to go forward. You just hold one of them back. So you got a backline of 3. That's how
he doesn't play like that.
Well, he's gonna have to. That's what I mean. He's gonna have to adapt. He's gonna have to adapt.
All right, Rob, what are you saying?
Well, given the opponent, it is and the fact that we've got our first choice right back injured, it is tempting to consider some kind of 3-5 at the back. 3 central defenders.
Now we're talking sense. Go on.
But what troubles me is the drop down from our first 2 to the sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th choice, because unfortunately, due to Nuno, Jair Cunha's had no game time in the first 3 games for us to assess him. Marato.
Wait, stop. That's harsh. Why would he have got game time?
Well, none of the subs got game time. I mean, the fact to try him out, right?
For 1 minute.
I mean, look, he was okay. Just let me finish. So Cunha at right back is a possibility as well. He played the 2 final friendlies in that position when Aina was in the stands. The only point is that, I mean, normally what would happen is, Williams would switch to right back and Zinchenko would play left back. But obviously he's, cup tied against Arsenal, whatever, can't do that. So for that reason, you put Williams in at left back. I just think that my concern is that apart from Murillo and Milenkovic, the 3rd choice central defender is likely to be a weak link. I just don't know if any of them's pushing for a place. So I think if you're not going to use Savona in this game, why did you sign him? Do you know what I mean? So he would start for me, right? And I would stick with the back four. I don't know if anyone watched that England game. I did. I'm worried about Milenkovic's lack of pace. I'm hoping this is not going to be a bad season for him, because if he's asked to do things that he can't do, he's going to have a bad season. He hacked down. Who did he hack down? Harry Kane the other night, got sent off. I don't want to see that happening. But, look, stick with the back four. In terms of what's in front of it, I'm broadly in agreement. I think Bakwa has to start. Douglas Luiz has to start. And I'm a fan of dropping Gibbs White just on principle, because he's been so bad. And he was terrible last game. So, Anderson was an excellent 6 for England.
He won man of the match both games.
Sorry?
He won man of the match both games.
So look, why can't he play 6 for us with Luiz at 8, McAtee at 10? So Hudson Ndoye on the left, Bakwa on the right, and I would go with Chris Wood, but I'd say, look, Chris, you've just come back from New Zealand. Are you up for this? And if he goes, oh, well, I'm a bit tired, I go, right, fine. You're not playing, and no more New Zealand for you. So, it's make or break for him as far as I'm concerned. So Wood up front, Hudson Ndoye on the left, Bakwa on the right, and stick with this. I mean, from everything I hear, Ange's used 4-2-3-1 quite a bit. And I think if, in terms of trying not to change everything at once, perhaps we need to stick with that for this game. What would you do about 3 central defenders if you were going to pick 3? Who would be your third one?
Cunha. Then I would put either Ndoye or Bakwa at right wing back, 100%. In fact,
maybe Ndoye would suit that better than Bakwa if out of the two.
And at Bakwa, if you listen to what I did with Antonio, Bakwa absolutely cooked at right wing back. Joey, Joey, is you still in the chat? Did you rate Bakwa as a right wing back for Strasbourg, Joey? Like, he played he doesn't defend much at right wing back, but it adds another attacking element. I actually don't think a back three is a bad shout at all on this.
I don't like it against Arsenal, man. It's just, we're going to invite pressure anyway.
Let's do Ant's team, and then I'll show you what a back three could look. You didn't like him as a wing back, bro. He cooks. Joey, you're just a criminal anyway with your 74 charges. Go on, Ant. I love you.
Yeah. I think we're overcomplicating it quite a bit. I think the correct lineup's fairly simple. It's Sels, Williams, Murillo, Milenkovic, Savona, whatever his name is. Because you know why? Because he's a right back, and he played at least 20 odd games for Juventus last season at right back.
Correct.
So that to me makes so much sense. I'm not saying he's going to be brilliant. I don't know, but for me, you paid quite a bit of money, 13 million or something, for a right back that played 20 odd games for Juventus last season. That makes sense, rather than try and wedge somebody else in. The midfield 3 for this particular game, I'm tempted to go Anderson, Luiz, and I'm tempted to go Anderson, Luiz, and Sangare, purely because I want to kill that midfield. Okay. Then I would put Bakwa on the right.
Who would you have as the 6 there? Would you guys? So you're going to do this, aren't you, man?
That kind of. But obviously those two, both Anderson and Luiz, are expert 8s, so they're expert at coming back and helping to defend. So at times it would be 7 men in defence almost, because they can come back. But they've also got the talent to sprint forward and create as well. On the right, I'd go Bakwa.
Are you keeping Hudson Ndoye on the left or not?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I know that's not going to be popular, but I actually rate Hudson Ndoye as a very talented footballer, and I think against the likes of Arsenal, he might have some joy.
Yeah, I like that. It's popular with me.
And for number 9, I'm kind of along with Rob on this. If Chris Wood is fit and healthy and ready to go, I'm playing Chris Wood. The guy scored 20 goals last season. He's got 2 this season. He can score goals. We know that. However, if there's any doubt about him whatsoever, then obviously I can't wait to see Kelly. I can't see Callie up that top. I'm looking forward to seeing him, but in this match, I think with me, I think I have to see that Chris Wood's dropped off, and as soon as he has, then he can go pack his bags. But right now, I would play Chris Wood up there because I trust him. I trust Chris Wood. If he gets a chance, I trust him to score. Yeah.
So we could get something out tomorrow then? And
not in the slightest, no.
no, so but that's what I mean. I'd rather see the new guys then.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. Unlike Crypto Airs, I don't want to see us get hammered.
No, I don't want to see.
I don't want to see us get hammered. I said we're going to win 2-1.
If we lose 9-0, I do mind if we lose 9-0. So I'd rather keep it as low as possible. And we've always got, with that forward, those forward players, we've always got a chance. As we know damn well we can break and score. Yeah, we'll know damn well we can break and score. We've done it a lot of times. So keeping it tight at the back with this.
I think you're right. The only two I would change Wood for Igor Jesus personally, because I think his pressing will be better.
Score, though, does he? We know he doesn't.
Okay,
score.
and Afara's going to score tomorrow.
We could. We did
Do you
last
think
season.
we will? Do you think we will?
We did last season. Yeah, I think we've got a chance. I can't say yeah we will, but yeah, we've always got a chance. We can break on. Don't forget Saliba's out. I know.
All right, we're getting semantic. My point is, I think Igor Jesus will be the best presser, even though I think Callum Owendo will end up being the main striker.
Yeah, I prefer Callum Owendo there to Jesus.
You've got to have it.
I hear it, but it is what it is, right? All I'm gonna say to you guys is this. This team, let's say Ant's team is right. This is how this team will set up, just so you guys in the chat are aware. Okay, you're gonna have something like this.
Yeah. Well, that's asking a different question now.
So this is how it would play out, just so you guys understand Angeball.
If he plays Angeball, obviously he's going to do.
If
he plays Angeball
and Sels out,
how we line
I don't
up.
think he will. You know,
No,
I don't think he will. If he does, that tells me he's not the right man for the job because he's just outrageous. He's got to play.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it always looks good on paper, doesn't it?
Yeah. So have that thought with you guys.
Yeah, can I just call out one thing?
Because
the one thing I'm not very happy about with you guys.
Oh,
hey, Laurie!
Oh, it's Miss FFTV. What are you saying,
Hi.
Laurie?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
That's all right. Oh, this is really weird. I've like got myself in one corner and then you guys on there. How y'all doing?
Good.
Thank you.
Can we get some highs and middle fingers for Laurie in the chat, please?
Get them lights up, guys.
Wait, Laurie, what are you saying on Ange? I've been dying to ask you, but I thought I'd save it for the stream.
I was really, really like depressed when I first heard it. I was like, please, God, no. More I'm thinking about it, I'm quite excited. It's like it's going to be a beautiful disaster. It's going to be amazing, and we're nothing like Spurs. Spurs are horrendous, no matter which manager they have. So we're just going to go down swinging, or we're going to score big and win everything.
Yeah,
I can see your face, Dan. There's no need to look like that. You need another glass of wine, mate. It'll be fine.
You're right, Laurie. I hope we do succeed under Ange. I just have my little doubts, you know.
It's not about
in all seriousness, though. No, listening to his press interview, though, he does seem like he's kind of taken it all on board. He's had time to reflect over where he went wrong, and he has got a point to prove. So I don't think he's going to come gung-ho like everybody's expecting with his high line. Not at least to start. I think he's going to take it in slow, see how we get on, and he's going to want to stick it out and prove them all wrong.
But Laurie, do you reckon, like, everyone's saying free hit tomorrow, but if he gets tonked, is he in trouble? Like with the fan base? I'm not talking American.
Oh yeah, because everybody's expecting him to fail. He's got to go out there and get at least a draw.
What you're saying?
We need the points. After West Ham, we need the points. We need the morale. Everybody needs those points on the board. We need something to come out and be positive about.
But don't you think you have to give some credit to Arsenal as a football team, though? They are quite good, aren't they?
Yeah,
I
but
know
that's
you're
your
saying we- I know
Arsenal.
you're
That's
saying
your
we-
Only an
Arsenal
Arsenal
agenda.
fan would say
We all
that.
know Arsenal's your team, though, Ant. So
Yeah, take that
Shots
FFT
fired on the
sign
debut,
down.
right?
Flip that sign round behind you. What does it say on the back?
what's that? What are you on about?
No, ant sign.
And
Oh, Ant sign. Oh, yeah, the Arsenal on the
It
back
says
of his hat and his
AFC on the other
t-shirt.
side.
Yeah.
Not
Did
like
you
the
see-
Wolves background you've got then, Crypto.
No.
No,
Did you see, by the way, how nice he was to Igal, Potts, and Hooks? It's like such a fantastic team, guys. I really respect
was
your
he?
My
manager.
boys, my boys. Did you see when I went on the top? Did you see when I went? I was on the Tottenham one last night, about 10:30. I was only about 10 seconds for. I was like wiping them all out, quieting them all up. Nobody could get a word in. I was on a rant. I was on a roll.
And the worrying thing is, it wasn't last night; it was the night before, mate.
He's lost
was
track of
it?
time.
Really?
well, let's appease that. Let's talk a bit
Can we
about
just
us.
go back? Can we just go back one point? Because I don't understand the Ndoye agenda. Ndoye in his last
Why do you
5
think
games.
it's an agenda?
Shut up a minute, man.
No,
Ndoye in his last 5 games.
You got an agenda.
International and club. International and club level.
I don't
Ndoye
care.
in his
I
last
don't
5
care.
games
I
has
don't
got
care.
5 goal involvements. How are you
Hudson
dropping
Ndoye is a
player
better
with 5
player.
goal
Hudson Ndoye is a
involvements?
I'm
better
gonna
player.
drink, Laurie. You're in charge.
How are you dropping a player
Yeah.
with 5 goal involvements? Consistency. We need
Why is that
consistent
an
players.
agenda? Why are you pushing an agenda?
Because
Callum
he's a great
Hudson-Odoi
player and he needs
is-
to start. He needs to
Callum
start.
Hudson-Odoi in the big game
in
last
his
season.
3 games at Forest, what has he done? Just remind me. He scored a great goal. I'll give him that. That was a great goal. That was
And
a great
2
header.
assists.
In the last 5 games, including
He's already
international,
said that
No,
that
no, I
wasn't
don't
an
want to know
assist.
about his
He's already
internationals.
said he wasn't even aiming for the guy. So you can't give him an assist for an accidental boot up the pitch.
he has goal involvement. Statistically, he's helping
Yeah.
us to win games. That's what we need on the
Yeah.
pitch.
Well, the trouble is, you live on FIFA, mate, and to you, it's all about stats. Some of us
This is
actually
a
watch
real life
football.
stat.
I've watched football for a long time, and we understand the game. We don't just go on fucking stats off FIFA. That's the issue,
That-
mate.
That's not true. I'm not saying
is true.
Callum Hudson-Odoi is a bad player. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi is a great player, but he's not offering us what Ndoye is. Ndoye is giving us assists and goals. That's what we need to win the game.
Did you watch him?
I'd
Did you
start-
see him
I'd
against
start
West
them
Ham?
both.
Did you watch him against West Ham? You think that was a good performance?
Nobody
It
had a
wasn't
good
the worst
performance
performance
against,
on the
nobody had a
pitch.
good performance against West Ham.
You thought it was a good performance against Crystal Palace?
Rob looks like he's about to go to sleep.
Go on, Rob. Go on, Rob. You have your.
No, I'm being polite. I want Laurie to have a proper go. She's listened to us for long enough.
Laurie, you saw our lineups. Which one did you go
Yeah.
with? And what?
I'd keep Callum. Well, I wouldn't go with any of them. I'd go with my own. I'd keep Callum Hudson-Odoi and start him off, but I'd start with Ndoye. Backwards not played in the Premier League. Ndoye has. They've got used to him playing, so I'd at least start him and then maybe sub backward on afterwards. I'd probably go with Kuna in a back 3 and then bring McAtee in the middle with Louise and Anderson. I'd drop Sangare because I don't think he's fast enough for Angeball. And he had an absolute blinder. It's 2 penalties in 2 games he's given away.
But you can't have Angeball with a back 3.
You can.
So
Why not?
You can't.
Wait, did you say she go back 3? I'll just step back in.
He can, because he just says to everybody, get in the opposition half.
Yeah,
I don't care what you do. Just get in the opposition half. Not bothered where you stand, what you do, what the formation is. Just get in the bottom, and hopefully we'll be chaotic enough to score a goal.
Do you know what? A back
shit.
3
I
would be more
think Ndoye's been getting the ball and he's been putting the crosses in and he's done more work than people realise. And I think he's got a good chance. But if he looks like he's playing rubbish, then by all means sub him off. But I don't think throwing backward in on the right hand side up there to begin with, when he's not used to how the team plays, is worthwhile.
Whenever I put a team up, that's not necessarily the team that's going to finish the game.
No, of course not.
Oh, you don't say, Ant. You mean you weren't going to put your starting team that you think will start
And
the
not
game?
make any subs. You're basically Nuno now. You're basically
Crazy.
Nuno.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I think Ndoye and Callum Hudson-Odoi work well when they've been interchanging and switching sides. So I wouldn't say put them either on either side, but I'd let them switch sides and play how they want and push Morgan up the middle.
Yeah, but Laurie, don't think we're gonna let you off lightly, because your message just before you came on was she sent me a WhatsApp saying, "Has Rob read my team?" Smiley face. So you were agreeing with Rob?
Well, no, I put my team up about putting J.A. Cunha in there in the back, and then Rob starts talking about putting Cunha in. I know he reads my comments for all his points, so I like to help him.
No, he was bought for that reason. So you know, if you saw any of those Botafogo games, he looks really good in possession. I mean, obviously Brazil is like walking football compared to the Premier League, but he's comfortable with the ball at his feet in a way that, let's say, Morato and Bolly maybe aren't. And that was what he was signed for. So it might be a good shout to put him in, but then, you know, do you want to give him his debut away at Arsenal marking Gyökeres? It's a bit of an ask. That's all I'm saying.
Rob, what's happening under your desk? Because you're just sat there like this for a very long time. It looks a bit dodgy.
Stretching my neck muscles.
I don't know. Shout out to Jess.
Mark. That's what I was thinking.
Taking the freaking super chats off, man. Jess with the £5 says, make or break for our highest goal scorer last season. She wasn't liking that comment from Anne.
No, if it's fit, you've got to start Wood.
I'm the only one that put Wood in. What are you on about?
You put him in and criticised him.
I'd put Wood in, and then I'd consider bringing Jesus on.
So you still
what
like
about Kalimuendo? So many agendas, man. You lot have got agendas all over the place.
No, I don't think he's had as much time to get up to speed. And I think Jesus has been playing, and he's been playing in Champions League football, scoring against PSG. I think he's quite capable to cope with Arsenal.
Yeah,
I agree, man. Shout out Jesus.
And Charlie's got him on the back of his shirt, so we'd be buzzing if he plays and scores.
But you're happy to throw McAtee in. McAtee's only had about 5 minutes.
I think in the mid three with Anderson and Louise either side of him, and he's been on. I think he's been playing for City. I think he's used to the speed of the Premier League. I think he'll do all right.
How many minutes has Louise had in the Premier League this season?
Well, we all want to see him. Let's be fair. It's like everybody wants him to play.
So you're happy to throw him in, but you're not happy to see Bakwa get thrown in?
Yeah.
Agenda.
Agenda.
No, wait.
No, I want Bakwa to come on as a super sub.
Wait, Laurie, does Douglas Luiz remind you of an ex-Forest player at all?
What, Felipe?
No.
Okay, I was just checking.
No.
Oh,
I tell you what I did know.
I'm still on his TikTok with the sound off just to look at his beautiful face.
Has he got his hair short? I haven't looked for a while. Is it still short?
Yeah, it's still short. And the glasses. He's got that like Henry Cavill thing going.
He's crossing off an ex-Forest player, right? You know, I did notice for the first time when I watched the training video with Ange's first session, when Douglas Luiz went up to him, that's the first time I've seen him smile since he arrived at Forest.
Can you blame him?
Who, Ange or Luiz?
Yeah. He put his arm around him and he smiled. I thought, thank God for that.
Yeah, finally.
If we're talking agendas, is Ola Aina gone out injured because he misses Nuno?
No, he got injured.
He's literally giving himself a third-degree
because
he misses Nuno.
Yeah,
I heard it was Ange's fault that he pulled his hamstring, according to the Spurs fan.
Worst conspiracy theory ever.
Oh my God!
Can we just blame Crystal Palace or leave it?
No, you can blame me. I said it as a joke on my video, saying, you know, he called him up and ping off it when people were like, he wasn't there. He wasn't there.
You know, in all serious though, what it was. It's because last GOR, I turned my camera like that. That's what happened.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
and now you're doing it again, so he's out till the end of the season.
That might fix him. Andy, who's really annoyed, by the way, with the 199, he says, don't care how we set up, just get Ange out. Him and Anne must have been having some serious conversations. He is not happy. He's not been happy all day. Shout out to you, Andy, and big up to Chris. He goes, there's no chance in hell Ange goes crazy tomorrow. In what way, Chris? Crazy in Angeball or the scoreline going crazy against? I'm so nervous, man. I really am. Shout out to you, Chris. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. We got over 550 in here, and we're sitting on 212 likes. Let's push it up to 250 if we can. And big up to our Aussie. Big up to our Aussie, Anthony, who's such a lovely guy. Always in the comments, in the Discord as well. Absolute legend. Go on, go on. You can read this one out, Laurie.
I'll let you guys into a chat. Just anybody for a drink.
No, don't say anything.
She's not fussy. She's not fussy. Anybody for a drink.
And are you just been missing me?
Hey, Laurie, can you?
I'm always up for a drink. Yeah,
Laurie,
I'm good for a drink.
Can you read your super chat out for him, please? Now you're part of the panel.
Yeah, Laurie, can we go out for a drink when I come over and visit? Yes.
Do you say Laurie? You don't know how to
If
pronounce
you're
your own name.
buying.
You don't know how to pronounce your own name.
Yeah.
Laurie. Eh?
Yeah.
Laurie. I thought it was Laurie.
Laurie
down the motorway.
Big up to
I
you,
answer
Anthony.
to a lot of things. I'm not
All
fussy.
these years, it's Laurie. No, it's Laurie. Isn't it?
You don't know
Laurie.
your own name by now.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I thought
Just
it was
trying to be
Tinkerbell.
posh. Tinkerbell, yeah.
Anthony, you
It's like
sorted.
Ezra.
Big up to Chris. He goes, "We shithoused a 1-0 or we get smashed 5."
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
You know what? Ange could go all Tottenham Europa final and absolutely just go ultra defensive, and we could shit out a 1-0.
And then you'd be Ange.
If how you are, if Ange comes out tomorrow and plays low block, if he plays low block football, I'm done.
I hope he does. I seriously hope he does tomorrow. Tomorrow.
You've been moaning to me for 2 years about wanting attacking football, and now you're going below.
Yeah, but have we not always said you've got to win?
No.
It's at the end of the day, we always win.
So
you just said 10 minutes ago, that's how we don't lose.
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
You know what? When you start talking over each other, I'm just going to do that.
Happy, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be happy beating Arsenal away?
Mate, if I take a 1-0 victory to Arsenal, I'm going on annual leave next week, and I am fully on YouTube 24/7 because I got enough Arsenal fans I can go after. So hell yeah, So shout out to you, Chris, and big up to Fraser with the 20 months as well. All right, let's talk about Arsenal. Not to get too excited, but let's start to the season. What have you made to it? They got a bit of heat for beating Man U 1-0 at Old Trafford, believe it or not. Then they smashed Leeds 5-0, and then they lost 1-0 to Liverpool. So they're sitting on 6 points, 2 points ahead of us. If we do beat them, we will go ahead of them. But what are you saying on Arsenal? Like, do you think they are title contenders?
Tomorrow, this is. I think you mentioned it as well in the preview, or certainly in one of the chats with Arsenal fans, that they're really expecting a win tomorrow. Kind of like the mentality we had going into the West Ham game. So that could bite them on their ass. Overconfidence, and the Liverpool game was obviously very tight, and it was won by a fantastic free kick. But they're 3 points behind Liverpool already for any title chase this season, and I think Liverpool are just going to go up levels because they've won all 3 games without really doing anything impressive, in my opinion. But so they can't afford to lose tomorrow. They can't afford to drop any points tomorrow. So I think the pressure's totally on them, which works in our favour. I've not been entirely impressed with them. They've got a lot of new signings in. It's going to take time for those players to gel, but the pressure is on. Pressure's on Arteta. You've talked about the split in the fan base in terms of what they're expecting, and I think he's running out of excuses and he's running out of time as well. So the pressure's on them to deliver on him to deliver silverware this season. The title race, could be hopefully it'll be tighter than it was last year because they just ran away with it with no challenge whatsoever from any team really. But are Arsenal going to be the challengers? I can't see it personally. I think they'll fuck up personally. So tomorrow the pressure's on them. We have got a bit of a free hit in that sense because there's no pressure on us to get anything out of it. But whether there'll be a title challengers to Liverpool, I don't think so. I think if Liverpool click and start actually putting in the performances to match the results, they'll be unstoppable. So I can't see Arsenal stepping up to that plate this season.
Rob, who are you worried about in their line? They got a good team. I think it's quite well balanced, minus say a left winger. But is there anyone in particular that worry? I know Ed used to always be scared of Martinelli, but
Declan Rice from many dead balls, and if we do any stupid fouls, we're going to be made to pay for them. Obviously, certain people are hoping Arsenal might be a bit better this year because they actually signed a striker. It looks like Gyökeres is the right man. I mean, he's on a couple of goals now. So, but have they already lost the title after losing at Anfield? Because they're going to have to bring Liverpool back there and beat them at the Emirates just to equalise that. So I don't think there's going to be a title race this year. I don't think that Chelsea are consistent enough. I think that Man City are treading water, to be honest. And I just don't think Arsenal have got what it takes to catch Liverpool. So sadly, I think it's going to be another title for Liverpool this season. But Arsenal themselves, everybody said last year, why don't they sign a striker? They've signed a striker, a pretty good one by the looks of it. So yeah, maybe it'll be a bit closer, but they ain't going to catch Liverpool. I don't think their manager's good enough. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't think he's actually that good. He's no George Graham. He's no Arsene Wenger. He's just banal, really. I'm sorry. I just don't think he's a title-winning manager.
When you say I'm sorry, are you aiming that towards Ant?
Are you genuinely sorry? Are you genuinely sorry?
Well,
who the fuck wants Liverpool to win it again?
Nobody wants it, but who's going to stop them?
No. But Crypto's saying, why are you sorry if Arsenal don't win it? Well, who the fuck wants Liverpool to win it?
I didn't say why are you sorry. I said, are you sorry?
Semantics. So
they won that game at Man United by basically a goalkeeper error, didn't they? I mean,
and they lost the game at Liverpool by basically a world-class free kick that you don't see very often.
Yeah, but
they were the better side.
Scoring in that game,
they were the better side. They were the better side at Anfield. So
yeah, but again, and in that game they weren't creative. Neither team was creative.
No, listen, I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win the league because I don't know. I just feel that there's something not quite right there. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's the manager. I don't know.
It's the manager. Definitely
because I certainly think that their squad is every bit as good as Liverpool's. There's no need for them to worry about Liverpool's squad.
It doesn't inspire me as a manager. I don't find it.
It's deep.
Honestly, it is, mate. Honestly, their squad is just full of superstars.
If you put Pep Guardiola in charge of Arsenal, they'd win the league. The problem with Arteta,
I don't know if it would now. I think they might have done if they'd put the old Pep in.
He doesn't have the mentality. He doesn't have the winning mentality, and he doesn't instill it into the players. There's a fantastic squad, a fantastic group of players, but when it gets to the point where they're about to win something or they're in a final, he doesn't have that mentality to convince them that they can go and do it. And that has to stop with the manager. It has to. It's phase 7.
I don't necessarily go along with that, but you're not alone.
I just think he's frightened to try something different and come lower than second. He's not willing to try and switch it up just to go for that trophy.
Yeah, but then he's a first mover.
With the squad he's got, he doesn't need to switch anything up. The squad he's got is fantastic. Now, I mean, Carol earlier on said that she thinks Arsenal got a dodgy defence. Arsenal have had the best defence in the league for 2 years, statistically speaking, and Crypto loves all that.
Yeah, for a second. Exactly.
But also, I tell you something else, right? I'm not that overwhelmed by Liverpool either, if I'm honest.
They haven't clicked.
I don't think they're a fantastic side.
And they're still getting the results.
Not only this season, I've seen them struggle because this season is too short. Anyway, we can't make any proper, sort of analysis on this season. Bloody hell, 3 games, come on. But even last season, there were a lot of times last season I thought they're not actually that good. You're not like the Liverpool team of old or the City team of old. They won the league, but the league, let's face it, last season was not normal. And I'm not sure it's going to be normal this season. Maybe this is the new normal, that clubs like ours and the likes of Fulham and Villa and Newcastle, we are actually making inroads into what this top 6 has traditionally been. So I don't think that they're all great. The top 6, they're not all great sides. And I don't think Liverpool are a great side.
Look at United.
Yeah. So, I mean, tomorrow, if we're talking just about tomorrow, I hope that Ange, and I think Ange will play it fairly cautiously tomorrow. I don't think he's going to come in and blow the doors off because that'd just be silly because he's only had 1 training session.
We're only meant to blow the bloody doors off, mate.
Exactly, yeah. So I think tomorrow, he'll be fairly stick with pretty much the same side with perhaps, Louise coming in or something like that. And listen, it is possible for us to get a sneaky 1-0. It is possible because we didn't expect that to happen against West Ham last week. Strange things happen, don't they, in football? if I had to put money on, I'd obviously put money on an Arsenal win because that's where anybody would. Any of us would put money on an Arsenal win. But
Don't gamble's haram.
I wouldn't.
well, I don't gamble
Forest
either,
will
but you know, I don't gamble because I've got more sense. But that's another thing.
In terms of players, we said Saliba's out tomorrow, isn't he? So
Yeah, Saliba and I believe Saka is out as well.
Yeah, Saka's still out. I think-
Calafiore comes in. Calafiore.
Man,
comes in.
okay.
Calafiore is the left
Left
back
back.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
The-
left back,
the
Calafiore.
guy that
It'll
really
be Mascara. It'll be Mascara.
Yeah, and he's very good. He's very
the
good.
guy that really looked good in the 0-0 at the City Ground, I think, was Odegaard actually, and he's been out, but he might start tomorrow.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah,
He's back. He played for Norway. I think
Yeah.
he scored
Right,
a couple of
okay.
goals for Norway.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
sorry.
got a haircut
Oh,
as well.
sorry. When we mentioned backwards scoring, it doesn't count. But now he scored for Norway. Right. Okay. I understand.
Who's he talking to? Does anybody know who he's
You.
talking to?
I don't know.
You
I
never
never mentioned back for not
You did not
scoring.
mention
Yeah, you
back.
did. You said it don't
You-
count. You said internationals
I
don't
thought
count.
back for in my teammate.
20 minutes
Mate.
later, internationals count
Mate.
again because it's an
Flathead.
Arsenal player.
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
Oh my God!
Back
Thank
is
you,
in
Mr.
my
Marinakis.
teammate. Before you start, he's in my
Um,
team.
just a quick question: how many of us agree
Look
with?
Laurie. See the idiots.
I meant Ndoye for fuck's sake.
How many of us? Were
You got me
for-
so triggered. I said the wrong player. Right, Rob.
I have a question: how many of us were for dropping Gibbs White for this game?
Not me.
Me.
Oh yeah, drop for Gibbs White, definitely.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
would, but
dropped
Andy
his
isn't good at him.
He's
Yeah,
not
That
I
going
mean,
wasn't the
I'm
question,
not-
Laurie. Don't sit on the fence, Laurie.
I'm
Don't sit on
just
the fence.
worried.
No, I'd
about
drop
the-
him, but there's no way Angie's going to drop him. Especially after Marinakis has held his gun to his head and whatever and kept him in. He's going to be, you need to start him.
The
And,
result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
You mean that? Yeah.
yeah.
And he barely
problem-
played any. He barely played any international football.
Right,
Did he? 12
so,
minutes in that
Are
first
you
game.
not worried
That
about
part.
the loss of possession that he gives us? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and if
He's got a
trying
point to prove, though, Ante. Sorry, Rob. He's got a point to
That's-
prove,
that's
though,
worst
after the
thing.
England
I know.
game.
he's got a
Calm
point to
down,
prove.
Rob. Calm
He's
down,
gonna-
Rob.
No, he's going to show off.
Come on, Rob.
to Ange. He's going to Morgan Gibbs White is going to show off to Ange to try to catch his eye doing tricks and flicks, and he's going to give the ball away to Arsenal, and they're going to cut us to ribbons. So I would not pick him for that game.
I
Correct.
think he's going
Well
to run his
said, Rob.
socks off because he didn't get picked for England, and Anderson's got man of the match twice, and he's going to want to try and outrun and outdo Anderson. So I
You
think he's
reckon
probably going to have one of his
that's
better
annoying?
games.
You're saying that's
And
annoying, Laurie.
Anderson's better than Morgan Gibbs White. He's way better than Morgan Gibbs
Oh,
White.
Anderson's loads better, but I think Morgan's going to come out and try and prove that he's better than Anderson. I'm not going to say it's going to work,
If he tries too hard, he tries too hard.
but I think he may curb the
I don't
tricks
think
and
anybody's
slick
got
for a
any
little
doubt
bit.
about his commitment and his attitude. I've got no worries. Morgan Gibbs White is model professional for me in that respect. He gives his all. I think he does love the club. Perhaps not as much as Spurs, but I think he does love the club. And I've got no issues on that. But the guy just keeps giving the ball away.
Mm.
It's simple as that.
But
He
I
keeps
think
giving
if you
the
play
ball
him in
away.
the 8, if you went,
better
let's
in the
just say,
Better in the
let's just say you dropped Sangare and you put Anderson as the 6, and then you go Douglas Luiz and Gibbs White as a double 8.
Yeah,
Because
I'd be up with that.
you can't
Okay,
argue Gibbs White's work rates are phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and I
yeah.
think
I think
he's
against
taken.
teams that were expected to beat, I would always have Gibbs White in. Well, not always, but you know, I'd be willing to have him in. Against teams like Arsenal, I just worry he gives the ball away. That's all.
Okay, I
Well, if
want
you
to
just,
touch on.
just sub him off and put Yates in.
Oh God.
Okay, well, there goes the end of her debut.
She's winding us up, boys.
And this is why we haven't had her on before. Seriously. All right, I'll come to you.
I
with
won't
this,
mention
Laurie.
Mangala.
Have you seen Carragher's statement?
I'm over it.
Yeah, what Carragher's a twat. I tell you what, I'll tell you a story. I mean, it's not very
Oh,
interesting.
Laurie,
story.
you sound very manly suddenly. Go on.
Who, me?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, did you say Laurie?
It's a bit
Sorry.
feminine,
I
if
was
you
gonna
ask me,
say,
but-
Tell us
When
the
I-
story.
So when that time when Carragher spat at that 14-year-old girl, I worked at Sky, and we were all sat there thinking, if that was one of us, a regular employee, we would be out the door quicker than you can say, you know, whatever you want to say. Fuck Liverpool. He kept his job, and then he got offered a new contract. And he had the cheek today to come out and say that Forest are one of the most hated. I'm paraphrasing here. I can't remember the exact thing.
Well, I've got it. I've got the quote here. So let me read.
Yeah, he
the
said
quote.
he said Forest are one of the most hated clubs, basically blaming it on Marinakis. That guy,
Yeah, they should have blamed it on Wolfie.
he wound down his window and he spat in the face of a 14-year-old girl. He's a sickening person. He shouldn't be a pundit anymore. He shouldn't be on TV. It's sickening. And he comes out and he says, Marinakis this, Marinakis that. Marinakis has done worlds for our club. And how Jamie Carragher is the face of Sky Sports Football when he's spitting at 14-year-old girls, I will never know.
Yeah, Marinakis
How the hell can you tell if he's spitting or not?
Marinakis only spat a shit referee.
No,
allegedly.
Marinakis had a build-up of phlegm because he was smoking cigars.
Which
it was
he
different.
released onto the ground
It was different.
near a referee.
Did you see me? Did you see me that explain out to those Spurs fans last night when they were coming
you did get stuck on that one. You did get stuck on that one. All right, let me just do the super chats and then I'll read you this quote. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Jess, the lovely Jess. Chat, would you rather we had Laurie on or Jess on?
Both.
Are you trying to get rid of me already?
I don't mind watching
I
both
don't know,
two
you said
girls
Ryan
together.
Yates, so you know
I'm
what
quite
I'm
happy.
saying. Like,
Laurie still hasn't forgiven me for thinking she was Jess at the casino thing.
Or just get me and Jess on, you know.
That's what
So at
I
least
don't mind
you
watching
two in the
two
same
women
room would be
together.
way too much, man.
To be fair, at least Jess can pronounce her own name.
Fair point. But
I can pronounce Jess as well.
Hang
Yes.
on, Ben. You've not heard Jess speak.
I am.
I
Top
have.
of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. How's it going?
Oh, you have heard her. Oh, you have heard her. Okay.
Anyway, Jess with the £5. She goes, last season on game week 4, we beat Liverpool at Anfield. Was it game week 4? Oh, Jess, you're way better than Laurie. We need to get you on instead. Like, Laurie doesn't know these kind of facts. Laurie thinks because she's
I know it was
done...
Callum Hudson-Odoi that scored.
Oh, well done. Well done. Did you? You're on your own there. Like, thanks for sharing that with us. See, what you guys don't know is Laurie is world famous now because she's part
She's
of
on the
Forest
BBC.
11.
She's on the BBC.
No. Well, BBC's like old news to Laurie. She's part of the Forest 11 analysis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you're with Forest royalty right now. But big up to my fellow finalicists, Laurie. Yeah. These lot got rejected, Laurie. We didn't.
No. No, I didn't get rejected. I told them, I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's too much for me.
Yeah,
And,
I didn't.
even after that, I've got the
No.
receipts to say they kept pestering me, begging me, please.
Of course I did. Of course I
You
did.
got rejected. I didn't get rejected. I think Crypto was the only one who got rejected.
Yeah,
I didn't even apply. I didn't even apply.
And that
man.
was only
Did you not make it past the application, Crypto?
What?
Did you not make it past the application?
I didn't
It
apply.
was a bit long.
I'm a busy
did apply.
man. I'm a busy man. I was Jamie Carragher's PA. I'm a busy man.
Why were you crying on WhatsApp?
Big up to Andy with another 199. He goes, why can't you be this quick getting Ange out? Bro, like, chill. Let him play one game. Right, Andy, I'm begging you, give him 2 games. 2 games, right? And then run your agendas. You'll have Ant by your side the whole time. Shout out to you, Andy, with the 199. All right, so this is the quote from Jamie Carragher. He says, Mr. Marinakis has turned Nottingham Forest into an exciting football project for players/managers and SDs. What's SDs?
Sporting directors.
I don't know. Read it again.
For players/managers and SDs. Is this sporting director?
Sporting director. He means Edu, doesn't he? He means Edu. Sporting directors.
That's not even Eddie's title, so he looks like an
I know
idiot.
it is,
But
but
anyway,
it's Jamie Carragher, for goodness sake.
exactly.
Why are we giving this to any year time? Sorry.
That's not true, Jeff. That's not true.
Anyway, he's also turned the club into one of the most disliked in the country. What do you want your club to be as a supporter? And that emoji like that. Like,
I don't want his opinion on anything. Fuck him. Sorry.
I don't know why he's firing shots. He probably wants to get banned like his mate Gary Neville did.
Exactly, yeah. He's going the right way about it.
Is he just still jealous because we beat Liverpool last season?
Probably, yeah. Exactly. Good one.
Jealous is an evil thing, isn't it? You know.
You know what's
But,
really good?
but why do they keep coming at us? Like,
Yeah, but
I
you know
get
what,
it.
I
Like,
was
every
gonna say,
YouTube football fan hates us because of me. I hear that, right?
you know what's so good though? Because 5 years ago we were irrelevant, and I don't care if people don't like
Yeah.
Mr. Marinakis. Because the reason they don't like Mr. Marinakis is because he does for his club what's the best thing. That's why they don't like him.
Yeah.
They would rather him be some simpleton who just keeps all his money and gets us relegated. That ain't happening. So they're very jealous of him, and it's made us. And you, I've said this before. You have put us on this map as well. You know, you're all over the shop. Everybody hates you. Everybody wants you on because you're box office, and it's made our club relevant. And we all
Me
want
and the
that,
Greek father, man, a two-man
you and the
army.
Greek father, mate. Yeah, you're the Greek father. I've tried. You know, I've sworn. I've been really naughty. I've got my own little bit of fame, but you are consistent.
Consistently an asshole is what you're saying.
Consistency, not.
But like, do you agree with that, Laurie? Because I kind of don't care if they hate us. Ant's right, man. I'd rather they were talking about Forest than not.
Well, they only hate us because they're worried about what we're going to do. They're worried that we're going to take over and we're going to destroy their big six clickiness and throw everything to the wind. That's what it is.
We've already replaced Spurs in the big six because Spurs are a nothing team. Exactly.
Who?
You're right.
A nothing team.
You're right.
United
Man
on their
who?
way out as well.
Man, you nearly got relegated. Man, who?
It is annoying though that you know, like Man U finished 15th, absolutely atrocious, and then they go out and spend all that money. And you know, it's a fact of life. Players still want to go to them. You know, we need to keep them down and out for about another 10 years, and then they will fade. But it's taken a while. It takes a long time for these huge conglomerates.
I mean,
you got kids in Malaysia wearing United shirts who will never see United. Will never have anything to do with United.
Most Man United fans won't either, but
yeah, that's true.
They still wear the shirt.
Yeah, but they got the Malaysia bunch. We got the Aussies. We got the Aussies now. Shout out to our Aussies.
There's a famous saying that goes something like, "If everyone hates you, you know you're doing something right."
That's my attitude.
You keep telling yourself that, Crypto.
I'm with you, Crypto.
We get fucking death threats on Twitter. We do.
I've seen.
Oh, by the way, a shout out to Pink. Like, I didn't even know they were playing. Sheffield are playing Ipswich and they're losing. They're gonna be 0-5, man. This is hilarious. It's hilarious.
Tyler Binden, the mole.
They got the Reading manager. Oh, by the way, when I put out the message saying don't send Tyler Binden to that scummy club, everyone's like, they're a great club. They're gonna be fighting for promotion. He'll get to learn there. Bottom of the league.
He's done a good job. He's gone in there, disrupted it, and they can't win a match.
Okay, to sound a little woke, and I really hate this line, but like let's just have a little checkpoint here. We were playing them in the semi-finals of the playoffs a few years ago. Talk about sliding doors. Like, we're here arguing about, is Ange good enough, the current Europa Cup winning manager, and they're dealing with some Reading reject manager, and we're loaning him out some players.
You know what? You're spot on, because I've given my opinion as to what I think of Ange's credentials to be Forest manager, but I did think in the last couple of days, fucking hell, we're getting a bit picky, aren't we? We're talking, like you say, we're talking about not just a Europa League manager, but a big personality in the game. You know, coming to our club. We're getting up there. We're getting some sort of value from people now, aren't we?
And I'll tell you what. When I go on these panel shows, they do talk about the second batch, if you like, beneath that big six, as being Newcastle, Villa, and Forest at the moment. That's the three clubs. Now, some of them will slip it out on the tongue and realize they've done it, and they'll try and attack Forest because they see I'm sitting there. But that's where we are. We've jumped the queue, boys and girls.
You're absolutely right. That's why I'm a bit worried that Andy's going to take us, back down to that lower part of the division again. I'm just concerned.
We've got the whole of Australia backing us as well. So
no, but also what Wolf said earlier on,
the whole of the continent backing us.
But what Wolf said earlier on, I absolutely agree with, and that is if he does lose 10 games, he's gone. It's not like we're going to put up with it forever. So
Actually, this conversation is meandering all over the place. I did want to say though that
Sorry, Rob.
Ange himself made a very good point, which is, I mean, think about it, guys. We have hired the current Europa League holder as manager, and the point is that I think Nuno and his staff weren't up for this, right? Whereas Ange and his staff were managing Sunday, Thursday all last year. They know all about squad rotation. So we've literally hired the guy and his team that won it last year. So I think it sets us up very well for the Europa League.
Yeah, let's face it. The way I like to see it is that we took Spurs' all-time most successful manager in the last 40 years and we hired him. That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
If you look at the bigger picture, look at the bigger picture.
Terry Venables was pretty good as well.
Guys, let me just get a freaking word in, for fuck's sake, man. As soon as I open my mouth,
That's back, man. Painkillers are worn off. Let's go, Ez.
It's not after the watershed yet. It's not after the watershed.
Go on, Ez. Go on, Ez.
I'm talking about, right. So look at the overall progress over the last 4 years. This is technically 2 promotions in those 4 years. Because getting up into Europe, that's a promotion. That's another league we've gone into. We want to get into the our next step would be we want to get into the Champions League, which is the next promotion. So we've brought in the managers who do try and get us to that next step. Now, I think, to be honest, I think we could have done it under Nuno. It would have been a season of progression, but also some stability. And I think that's kind of what we need after the last 2 seasons where it's gone from 17th to 7th. You know, that's a huge change. You know, maybe we needed a season of stability, but Nuno fucked it for himself. So once he's done that, then it's game over. Then you got to bring the next best in. I think he's jumped a stage. I don't think Marinakis, if Nuno hadn't done what he did, I don't think Marinakis' hand would have been forced personally, but he did do what he did. So it has been forced. And now we're going for that next progression. And I think he is the man who can win us this Europa League. And if that gets us into Champions League by hook or by crook, I don't care. But I do actually think in the league we will sustain it. I think we'll have we'll finish in the top 7 of European positions, I believe, again in the league as well as winning the Europa Cup. But I do think Nuno's actions is what's forced Marinakis' hand, because I don't think he would have done it right now. I think he would have been happy with Nuno giving us a season of stability and progressing us in Europe, because I think he would have achieved both those things, and I don't think many Forest fans would disagree with that. I think we still would have done well under Nuno, but like I say, once it's changed, then he's made that next jump, and I think, to be honest, from what was available, unless you're going to bring out even with what's his face from Fulham, I think that would have been very similar to Marco Silva. It would have been quite similar to what we had under Nuno. I agree that I don't think it's a big change in what we're going to get in terms of style of play, but this is a huge step. So lot to be excited about, but it is a progression, and it's a progression because we've gone up another level and we're going for that next level now. So if he's the right man, he will do it. If he's not, then like you said, 10 games, we'll know. You'll get rid of him. So I'm not bothered about that. Go on.
I'm just impressed that you scared Laurie so much that she went, oh shit, and left.
It wasn't aimed at you, it was aimed at these pricks. Sorry.
Tell you what, I agree with what you're saying, and personally, this season, before Nuno went, when we were, before this all blew up, I would have said I'd be happy with top 10, top 10, and going a long way in Europa League, hopefully winning it. But, you can never guarantee a cup. You can't guarantee it. You can have a bad draw or a bad game or whatever. So I wasn't too ambitious. I wasn't like, we've got to be in the Champions League places and win the Europa League. And I believe that Nuno would have achieved that. I do believe it. But like you say, with Ange, it's kind of shit or bust, isn't it?
Yeah. Basically.
And I'm scared of that.
So what's your expectations now? Have they changed to what you wanted under Nuno?
Me?
Yes.
Well, personally for me, no.
All of you.
Well, okay, I'll start off on this one. We got sent our updates from Danscape for our predictions for this season. And in terms of where I predicted us to finish under Nuno, that hasn't changed for me. I still think we'll finish in the top. I've said 5th. I thought that under Nuno. I think that under Ange. I think we'll do well in Europe. So for me, it hasn't really changed anything. I hope it means we'll get there with less stress, but that's literally the opposite of what's going to happen. I think we would have had a steady season under Nuno, but this is going to be a bit more of a roller coaster ride now, I think. But I think the end destination will be the same: top 5 and Europa League.
Top 5.
Yeah, that's what I want.
What, this season?
Wow.
This season?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to stick with it, bro.
Wow.
I think we've got the squad for it.
Yeah, I agree. The squad.
I'll bring you in, Rob. But chat, just type the number of where you think Forest will put. But either way, you think Forest will finish now. But if you can be bothered, put where you think they were going to finish. So, like, if you thought they were going to be 5th, and now you think 7th, go 5-7 or whatever. All right, I'm interested. Go on, Rob.
Well, I think I totally agree with Ed when he's not shouting at me, which is that the squad is a top 5 squad. And I think I was starting to see Nuno as an impediment to progress. I do not think that Nuno was going to get that squad to play like a top 5 squad. I think there is a good chance that Ange will and can. So I am more optimistic about how we finish this season than I was with Nuno staying on. Now, the only thing is, I really get the feeling that the league might be sacrificed to try and win one of the cups, whether it's the League Cup, FA Cup. I mean, look how Newcastle celebrated that League Cup win. Look how Tottenham celebrated that Europa League win. So, we're in 3 cup competitions, and Ange said, I'm here to win trophies. Well, he ain't going to win the Premier League, right? So it means that he's going to get probably quite deep into 2, maybe 1 or 2 of those cup competitions. And I think that that's going to be where our focus is. So therefore, I don't know whether we quite make Champions League this year, which is what I think we should have been hoping for after the transfer business that we did. We'll be upper half of the table, but I get the feeling we're going to be prioritizing knockout competitions this year.
Why have you got a Henry VIII picture, Ben?
I don't know. They were saying I look like Henry VIII in the Discord.
Oh, you do a bit,
I was going to say, that's not Henry VIII picture. That's crypto. Well, there he is.
I was going to say, now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it.
It started off with Shrek, and then it went to Henry VIII.
A little bit of Rooney, a little bit of the Rooney in there.
A little bit of the Wayne.
All right, so what did you think we were going to finish, and what do you think we are finishing?
Well, the problem is, I had a
Is your name Henry VIII? No.
I had a prediction after the Brentford game, because I think we all got a bit giddy after that. And then I abandoned that prediction pretty quickly after that, when he wouldn't play any of the new players. So, but, after the transfer window, I was thinking we would come 5th. Now I'm thinking we've stumbled a bit. We're obviously going to have to reorganise. You're going to have to give Ange time. I think he's going to want to win a trophy, and he's going to prioritise the cups over the league. And I think we're going to lose a bit of momentum. So, sorry, over to Henry VIII.
You still didn't give a number.
So where do you think we're going to finish then, Rob?
We'll probably finish 7th or 8th now, I'm thinking.
Are you saying
we're in the Europa League? We're in the Europa League.
Yeah. I think we're very good candidates to win the Europa League. I think we have a better squad than Villa, and they are the main opposition. Roma's in it as well, aren't they? But why not? I mean, because by the time... So it's the first 8 games, thank God, are in a league format. They're, you can't screw it up by losing 1 knockout game. Ange's him and his team know how to win the Europa League. And, people sort of reduced that Tottenham win down to the fact that they beat a rubbish Man U side with 1 shot on target that wasn't even on target.
Well.
Yeah. They beat some good teams on the way to that.
They didn't. They beat Frankfurt. That was a surprising result. But they didn't.
Bodo Baggins, they're a good team. They got European heritage.
Midget land.
Anybody else of any note?
Well, okay.
Did Rob give an answer?
They're all farmers' teams.
If you don't agree with me, tell me who they beat of any note.
Right. Shall I get the results up?
Frankfurt.
Get it
Oh,
up.
don't get the
No, I
don't get the
think apart
BBC.
from
up.
Frankfurt, which
Man
that
United.
was a
Man
good
United.
result.
Man United.
No, that's not. No, that's not.
No, shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you
We
why?
did a double over Man United, mate.
Yeah, I agree. But you know as well as I do, Man United can scumbag their way to a title.
Yeah,
They've done it plenty of times. I saw a Man United side that was only slightly less crap than the one that Spurs beat Man City in the FA Cup a couple of years back. Yeah, so
you could always, but that's the thing about cups, isn't it? In a cup final or whatever, even any cup game, you can, things happen. Things happen in one-off games.
All right, Ben, what are you saying then? Before and after?
I think we're going to finish 6th, and I think we're going to win the Europa League, and I think we're going to beat Arsenal tomorrow.
Interesting.
Right,
all right, we're going to finish with one.
Happen, we know to forget the other two.
All right, we're going to finish with one quiz question, and this is for
it's not Ezra's quiz.
No, this is my quiz. This is for our Aussie mates out there. Shout out to you guys. Panelists and guys in the chat, get your answer into this question. No cheating. What is the population of Australia?
40 million. 30 million.
40. You seen the size of Australia?
Sorry. 400. I meant 400 million.
400.
No, it's about 25.
Are you insane? That's bigger than America.
Yeah.
Nora.
It's
And all the
25
people in
million.
England, I would say I'm going to go.
I'll give you
for
some
20
perspective. England is 63 million, I think.
I'm going to go for 20
Yeah.
million.
Half
I'm
of
going for
ours.
20 million.
20
25.
million.
I'm going to go about 30.
30. So you're saying 30. You're saying
I said
400.
40. I said 40 million.
You said 400.
No, I said 40 to
25
begin
million.
with. I said
Then
40.
you said 400.
I was joking, man. I said
No, you
40.
weren't.
Okay, it said
You said
40.
it's
We'll give
huge.
him-
It's 400. No, it is huge, but it's largely uninhabited.
Yeah.
So-
of course it
Okay.
is, yeah.
The answer is 27.2 million.
Yeah. Who's the closest? I said 30.
I was the closest.
Rob said 25. Rob
30.
said
Okay.
25.
It's
Shout out
split
to
the
Rob.
Who's
difference.
been there? Who's been
Split
there?
the difference.
I've been there.
Right, it's too
Anybody
far
else?
away. My parents have been.
I've been to Bali.
Bangladesh
That's
is
only
far
that's not
enough,
far
man.
away. Bali's not far away.
Crypto, have you been there?
Yeah, that's why I can speak Australian really well.
Yeah, honestly, I advise everybody not to go there because by the time you get back to the UK, you just think, what a crap country I live in. So
You can't
go there.
No,
the Australian
Rob, I
fans
have
like
to stop
that.
you. That's
just
the most
insulting the
subjective
Australian
thing
fans.
to say. You will never convince me of that, ever. Ever.
Well, that's
My
because you won't
country-
go there.
Hang on.
Wait.
My country is by far the most beautiful country in the world to live in. Don't ever fucking try and tell me anything
Well,
else.
England.
Well, come
England's
round
a
here, now,
shithole.
rip your
England is a
throat out.
fucking shithole.
Oh, okay.
England is one
Right,
of
it's
the biggest
descended into
shitholes
something
I've
else
ever
Honestly,
seen.
and if
It's a
you
I'm
went
off,
there,
I'm not putting
The result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
Can we just
And
have that
if
on
you
the
went
news?
there-
Mr. Mariner.
in my fucking country. You don't
And-
fucking do it. All right.
England's a
And if you
shithole.
went
It's the
there-
You're a
it's the biggest
you're a
shithole I've
coward,
ever
you know
seen.
that.
you-
You're
England is the
The
biggest.
result is that at the end of the day, we always win.
It's
Mute
people
it.
like you that are bringing my country down, mate.
Mute
You
him.
piss off. You
Mute
piss
him.
off.
It's shit
You might
country.
get off.
This country is a
might
pile of
get off.
wine.
Alright, thank you for the super chats. I'm sending you over to
Mute
Art.
them.
All right.
Come on, you
Piss
Reds.
off
Travel
about
the
my
world and
country.
see other
Piss off.
countries.
If you don't